before we move on to our new topics today, any questions from the previous topic that you might have? Okay.
No questions, Deep.
There are two different types of job roles. In fact, I'll say there are three different types of job roles that are available. One is called design. Design stands for ER modeling, and another which comes as normalization. What is normalization and denormalization? We will talk about it a little bit later, but these are the job roles, like modeling techniques, how the data would be flowing in, how my architecture of my database has to be designed, from which sources my data would be coming and collated into the SQL server, how my tables has to be created, what are the different rules that has to be applied on the tables. So all those things comes under ER modeling. And normalization means that segregation of the data in respective places. So suppose I have a cluttered data, all everything at one place. As I mentioned in the earlier examples, that in my cupboard all the clothes are there. Now I'm segregating all the clothes according to their necessity in different shelves of the cupboard. So that is called as normalization. So here all the data is there. Now employee information will go to the employee table, the salary information will go to the salary table. So like this, we are normalizing the data. That means I am segregating the data into multiple tables and making my life easy. Okay. So these are called design jobs. Then comes complete end-to-end development. So in development, what we have like you need to create tables. So in any database, so it is called the relational database management system. Why relational? Because we are able to store the data now in tables, and we are able to create relationship between tables. So you have to create tables in which the data will be stored. So there is a concept called as views. So the developers need to create views. They need to create synonyms. So all those things we are going to learn. Okay? Create sequences. We need to create procedures. Procedures. We have functions. There are hundreds and hundreds of functions. We have to create figures. And definitely we need to create queries. So this is a developer's job. So these also comes under developer's job, but a little bit senior level. And these jobs that you see, that has to be done in our day-to-day lives. Okay? And also, if you see that there is a role which is called as DBA, which is called as database admin. So this comes under the umbrella of administration. So what are the different job roles that we have? So from today onwards, you will get notes. So you can just listen to it. Whatever I will say important, you can make a note of that. So these are like good to know informations. No one will ask you this in any questions. Uh, so obviously, the first thing what you did is installation of SQL Server. That is a job role of an admin guy. Okay. You have to install SQL Server. Then once the SQL Server is installed, you need to create the database in the server as well, wherein you will be able to create the tables. So obviously, since I am going to create a database, you have to create logins as well. That right person is able to log into the right server. So your credentials are very important. So since the database is involved, so database backups and restores are also very important. If something goes wrong, I should be able to create my backups time to time. I need to constantly monitor it. I need to restore it if anything if anything gets deleted accidentally. So these are some of the admin jobs that I'll have to do. So database import and export is also very important. So there is some concept called as mirror and replication. So replication of the data and mirroring of the data is also important because These are from the security perspective and data breach. If there is data breach, then we go to the mirroring and the replication of the data and we try to restore the informations from there. Okay. And since database is there, you need to time and again, you need to upgrade your database. Okay. Database upgradation is important. Database migration is also very important. Suppose I'm using SQL Server and tomorrow the company decides that there is a better application who can get this job done easily with less licensing costs. And in fact, sometimes even with more licensing costs, but the features on that database is much more as compared to the current database that my organization is using. So for that case, we need to do database migration. Migration means I'm completely changing the platform from one platform to the other. So you guys will be all working as Tableau developers. You might see that you will be involved in various migration activities. Maybe Excel reports are getting converted to Tableau reports. Database migration, you won't be involved into that. You will be more into the visualization side, that is the BI side of it. You might see many Power BI reporting systems are getting converted to Tableau. So these are called migration. That means the entire platform, it is getting changed to a something different platform. Okay. So database migration is also there. And performance tuning, because since it is a server, I need to constantly check uh, your DBA team has to constantly check that it is performing like the way it should, because if it takes time, then users will not appreciate that. Okay. Obviously, if you go to YouTube and if you see that the video is buffering and buffering, you will not stay on that site for a longer period of time. You would move on to the next video. So it is very important that your performance is also optimized when you're working on the database. So these are the various activities or job roles that we have in SQL. Understood? Any questions on any of these job descriptions?